You guys, what's up? We're carrying on the climbing thing that we're doing, going up rating bands, and we're over 1,000 now. First time. And today's victim, selected just by virtue of the coolest name alone, is Zaifod, my chess.com friend, rated 1057. They're playing Vivian D from Botswana, who's rated 1028. And we're going to see what happens. I'm going to hide the moves and whatever. Oh, okay, we've got d4. Already I wouldn't have played that. Because I'm an e4 player. d4, d5. Okay, so this is, I guess, a London. Good old-fashioned London. Okay. Right, I mean, this is definitely running from shadows on Black's part. I know the idea. The idea is that probably they want to prevent the knight from coming there and attacking c7, but that's a long way away, right? See if the knight comes out first. Your opponent might just be playing a c3, normal standard London, you know, building their little dark square pyramid and whatever. So I think that's already a little bit of a missed opportunity for Black, but you know, it's certainly at this level. Okay, we have e3, of course we do, and we have knight f6. So if we're going normal London, we're going to see the moves bishop d3, probably knight f3, c3, knight b to d2, maybe the queen here, and castles. Right, so I don't know which order they're going to come. There you go, bishop d3. Right, now I don't approve of this again. Why? Right, just look at how many squares is Black controlling in White's half of the board? 1, 2, again, 3, and 4 with this bishop. That's it. That's it. You go away. Right? 4 squares in Black's half of the board. White is controlling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Already, if I haven't got that wrong, right? That's the difference. So that squares where Black's going to have to think twice about putting his pieces. We are literally just closing down our opponent's options, and these moves do nothing in regard to that. I mean, what are you doing? You're preventing the bishop from going there, preventing the knight from going there? Fine, I'll do something else. So already I hate Black's position. We have knight f3 from White, we have knight c6 from Black, and now it's going to be a choice. Is this knight going to come that way or that way? Or is he just going to castle? I quite honestly don't care. He castles. And we have e6 from Black. There we go, knight b to d2. Bishop, right, this is just super common, right? The bishop here. Now the normal move that people recommend is drop the bishop back to g3. Then if Black wants to take, you take with the h-pawn. You've captured towards the centre and you're okay. I know that Magnus has just left the bishop there, for example. You capture, then you've got a good bind on the e5 square, which is a key square. If you drop your knight in there, you have a trade, you can capture again. And the e-pawn then returns to a good square. So I would imagine at the 1000 level, you drop the bishop back. Okay. The problem with this move is you itchy trigger finger fella. What was that? Human Traffic, wasn't it? Great film. I'm not going to say the actual phrase from the film. Okay, the problem with this is here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 developed pieces plus 5, 6 we've castled. Okay, castling's worth 2 in terms of development score, arbitrary. Right, so we got a score of 6. Black's got a score of 1, 2, 3. Okay, now if we take and queen takes, we've got a score of 5, and Black's still got a score of 3. So what we've done is we've actually reduced our amount of development, what we've got. You don't have to do that. Much better, like, get the queen off there, or drop the bishop back and then capture towards the centre if you want. But no, White flinched here, and we have queen takes. There you go. All right. Now we can't attack the queen, so this is where I'm going to start to, you know, kick in and say what I would play. I'm quite like c3 here for the reason of stopping the knight coming in. Or the other thing I like about c3 is you can play the bishop back here and the queen here with the idea of some maybe checkmating attack that way, should black castle's short, which I expect he probably will. This knight's not great, this old London knight. c4 is also an idea. So c3, c4, I wouldn't put the knight here because it's attacked twice. Right, knight takes knight, pawn takes knight, queen takes pawn, you've lost. Or rook e1. Rook e1 I like as well. So that's why I go for c3, c4 or rook e1, depending on how you're... Right, I can't draw arrows. Rook e1, thank you. And e5 now from black. Now, on principle, what's the problem with this? Okay, well, I mean, look, there is a threat. You can't let him push that pawn any further because it's a pawn fork and you're going to lose material, right? However, takes with the queen. You know, look, bottom line, your king's not castled. Get your stupid king castled, right? Maybe stick a rook on there and then try and open up the centre. This really is positional play 101, which is about my level of positional play, I have to confess, right? But you don't open up the centre if your king's in the middle. You just don't. Or even this, long castles. And then think about it. So, oh, whoa. Sorry, I don't know what I would have played there. I'd probably have just taken. Instinctively just trade stuff off in the middle. Maybe think about how we're going to get in the move f4 if the queen ends up there. Just trade everything. Knight takes knight, queen takes knight. Actually, probably this knight coming to replace the other one, attacking the queen. That's probably what I'd have done. But this is some kind of counter gambit shit in the middle of the board. Jeez. Okay, so we've got two attackers on here, one defender. Another good reason to have played c3, supporting the centre. So this just wins a pawn, but then this wins material with a discovered check. No, it doesn't, or the knight can block. Huh. Oh, now he castles. Now he castles. Okay. So what white can do now is just kind of defuse the middle of the board. I'd probably take here just because it comes with an attack on the queen. Just trade everything. Okay, take that one. It still comes with an attack, so what? Knight takes? Queen takes. Okay. Well, the move c4 is tempting now, isn't it? Because the bishop and the knight defend. It's very well defended. That's defended by the knight, so the queen can't take here. So if c4, right? Let's put that in orange. She can't go here. She can't stay where she is. She can't go there. Right? She can't take that because knight covers. She can't take this pawn because bishop covers and knight. She can't go there because of the pawn. She can't go there because of this pawn. So what's she going to do? She either has to go rim over there or retreat or here. That's what I do. c4. Okay. Fairy snuff. But this all does look a bit even right now. Okay, knight to g4. That is attacker number 3 on here. However, we do have the move bishop e4 here. That hits the queen, and she can't take the pawn. Maybe we can persuade the queen to skedaddle somewhere else, I'm not sure. Still c4 is on, and the queen can't be the first to take the pawn because knight takes queen, that's losing. So I'm still thinking c4 here. No, look, count attackers and defenders. 1, 2, 3 attackers. How many defenders? Uno, dos. Well, you're just saying, please take the pawn. He takes the pawn. Come on, Zaifod. From Norway, by the way. You can say that. Okay. Right. So we do have 2 attackers on this, and the queen's the second defender, right? I quite like this move. I mean, both of these moves are playable, right? Both defended by the knight here. I would line it up here because it's in line with the king. And then say to the queen, right, where are you going? Because you've still got to defend this knight, right? So where are you going to go? Here, 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 or here? Not there. Yeah. He's just simplifying. Okay. Now, I spot a tactic with my little eye, which is if we can move this knight, for example, right, we've got the tactic bishop h7 check, and the queen is undefended, winning the queen. So, I would be inclined to move this knight. I wouldn't move it here because you've got knight takes with check. And then if queen takes knight and queen takes queen and g takes, you've got messed up pawns. Not good. You could put the knight here. You could even put it on f8. Sorry, f1. Maybe. Because it does come with a tic-tac. Okay, that's a little bit kind of full frontal. Alright, this pawn on f2 is now in a pin. It should be noted. Let the court observe. Now, knight f3 I think is playable, but then again we're just going to simplify down. What would I play here? Rook e4. Okay, the queen's looking at this undefended pawn. Maybe just b3 here. Just think about pawn structures. Now, white's pawns were kind of all very fine in a London way. Good old London town, you know. Black's still got goofy pawns on the wings, but you've not really punished. This is my issue here, right? Black's played very slow, and then what white hasn't done is gone after him to punish that slow development. And I appreciate we're talking more advanced concepts now, but we are over 1000, Mr. Zaifod. So I think probably I'd play b3. Okay. That does not protect this pawn. Black takes. Alright. Okay, we are attacking this knight. If rook b1 we lose a pawn. Just you know, this is actually a very kind of typical 1000-ish situation, and I'm not trying to be rude, but this very common thing that I know what I'm doing in the opening, and then I get into the middle game and I just go wibble, you know. I'm just still trying to think about how I can drop the queen in there with a cheeky checkmate, but the knight's guarding this square. I'd love to interrupt the queen's defense of that knight somehow. Maybe something like this. But no, that bishop there blocks the rook. I don't know, really. Maybe just swing the knight out and try and improve it. Yeah. Tricky. And we've got isolated pawns now as well because of that, losing that b pawn. That could be quite bad. What would I play here? No, just push c5. Okay, I don't know. Okay, yeah. That's not bad, actually. I like that. That's a good move. You know, the queen's going to have to skedaddle somewhere, and then maybe we're going to double up on the open file. There's two open files, D and E. Queen skedaddles a little bit. Okay, rook c1 hits the queen again. One more time, baby. Yeah. And off she goes again. Okay, what do we do here? Are we actually improving our position, or are we just playing the one-move frets? Maybe bishop e1, queen c2, cheeky checkmate. Huh? No. Sorry, my fault. Yeah, of course. Yeah, well spotted. So if the queen had gone here, the rook takes. If the queen had gone here, rook takes. The queen had gone here. Oh, that's an excellent move. Rook e2, excellent move. Puts us in a winning position. And I just missed it because I'm just like bored blind. Like, Okay, so it hits the rook. Rook comes back on a defended square, maybe preparing c5 with the disco on the queen. But what we should be doing now, we're up a piece for a pawn, so it's not like massive, but also this pawn move is not fantastic because we've got a light squared bishop, so we just install Mr. Light squared bishop here, or even here, because that's also a good square to be looking at. Yeah, maybe bishop and queen between them can team up. Okay, well, we're simply going to play here or here and might even recapture with a thing. Okay, hit the bishop. Well, it's hit twice. Queen takes, fair enough. Attacking the queen. Maybe this. I mean, I like the fact that the queen's on this light squared diagonal. This is fine. This is also fine. Oh, stick it down his throat. Why not? I'm slightly nervous about the fact that these rooks are separated. This pawn is also undefended. But, yeah, bold move there from Zaifod, well done. Okay, just simply sliding the rook across, preparing a checkmate threat, like it. Like it, nice one, Centurion. Right, so what are you going to do? He's got to put rook here or rook here. I.e., what he must add a second defender to that, and the queen can't help. Because this rook's blocking the queen. So it's going to be a rook move. Got to be, okay. Now, what can we do about that rook? This might be good. Hits this rook. Also adds a third attacker to g7, yeah? Because this knight is a long way from the action right now. So it's, you know. And what's our advantage? Well, we've got an extra minor piece. So use your advantage. Our advantage is we've got a knight. Yeah, he's got one more pawn. But we've got a knight. So move the flipping knight in. Stick it here. It's defended. Right? Then you stick it here. And then it's brown trousers time for your opponent. And this knight is too far away from that king to play any meaningful part in our attack. And what you're doing, you're attacking. So use all your stuff. Okay? That rook was doing a fine job. This rook, being there, was applying super king kahuna pressure to g7, meaning that this rook has to stay defending g7. Right? You move it over here. What's the plan? There. Rook blocks. Then what? Okay. Right, is this workable? I mean, here he could actually play c5 because the queen defends the rook, and then the knight defends the pawn on c5. But rook e1, if we go in, he goes there. Doesn't really work. You don't want to take because king takes, and where's the follow-up? Oh, the follow-up is queen there, mate. Oh yeah. Okay, rook ce1 then. Premature attaculation. Now rook ce1. No, simplified. Now rook's okay. Rook there, fine. That's that. But you've put it here, and that's mate, or that's mate. You put it here, and that's check, and the king moves there. And you've still got 24 minutes on your clock, mate. So, giving black the opportunity to simplify. Yeah, I think you've really missed the trick there on the attack. Especially with 24 minutes on the clock. It's slightly inexcusable. And we have trade skis. Okay, so, situation is same number of pawns on the king side, same number of pawns on the queen side, except that one of the pawns is a knight. Okay, so number one order of business, I think, is getting the queens off the board. Because, you know, you make a wrong move and this queen starts gobbling pawns, that's undefended. That's actually undefended as well. Right, in fact, the queen could just nab the pawn now, which she does. Okay, one-dimensional attack. Queen takes another pawn. Okay, we capture on b7. No. Okay. Now we capture on c7 with check. Then we've got this. Okay, capture on c7 with check. King to here. That would be nice, forcing the queens off, but only if it was a protected square, and it isn't. So we're going to have to, I think, capture here with the queen. Get the queen onto the light squared complex. Yeah, you're right. If queen had taken, then we lose the knight. Absolutely. So knight takes, check. That's not a check. I would be somewhat inclined to play this, maybe. But again, this knight needs to get just over here, near the king. Unless it's got an important job there. I'm not sure if it does. Can we just go here? Okay, that's a move. Okay, in comes the knight. Okay, that's good. It's nice to see. This is an idea. It attacks the queen and prepares mate on there. Okay, please knight f5. Yes! It's that little boy. Yes! Right, good. Black now has to play this or this to defend g7. He does. The knight now moves away from the king. Yeah. I mean, can't you just lift the queen or knight here, preparing this? You really want to keep this knight near the king. Okay, this is now what we call going away. Oh, now the knight's running after a pawn. Well, yeah, the queen could do that job as well. Okay, knight a3. I'm going to stop guessing at this point. Actually, you know, when you get to the endgame, there are so many possible moves. Okay, starting to push the f-pawn up. Oh, okay, another knight move. Good, right, good. I like this, right? Because what we're doing is we're attacking this pawn. We're defending the knight, which is important. Also pinning this pawn as well. Okay, surely just g3, right? Yeah, g3. King's nice and safe now. Okay, if we trade queens, we could play knight here, guarding b1, and this king is not going to get up there before our king, so I think we would win this pawn. And then we have to use our knight. Knight and 3 pawns against 3 pawns. Oh! Good. Yeah, sorry, that was just a mistake by black. Giving up an important pawn there with checking. Okay. Right, we don't have this check, but we could check here, also hitting that. I'd like to put the knight on e3 so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, finds check there, yes, good. Right, I don't think we can... Okay, check there, check. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, that defends the knight, good. In comes the knight, hitting the queen. There's no checks with the knight. But we do now have a check with the queen, right? Forcing king here or here. He'd probably go here, this one to defend this pawn. Good. He defends the pawn. Okay, now this forces the king onto the back rank. Okay. I think that was maybe inferior because now the king can come out into the board. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, you said queen e6. You really want to get as close to that king as you can when you're checking to cut down his options. Okay, now knight in, knight e6 check. Knight e6, good. And notice the queen guards all this and that, so he's got 3 options. There he goes, and this is mate in 2, right? Queen f8. This check, this queen here is mate. The pawn matters not. Oh! Damn. Alright. Please play queen e8 check. King has to go here. Queen here, king here, queen here is mate. Good. Good. Well. Zaifod, Zaifod, Zaifod. Very, very hard. Is the quality of chess going up? Yes, in general. At the plus 1000. I mean, I've pointed out what I've seen in the game as we went along. It's hard to say whether there's a kind of a lack of knowledge. I don't know. It's really hard to describe this one. I mean, but yeah, put what you think in the comments, because some missed opportunities, but they're not like glaring missed opportunities like we were seeing lower down the rating range. But to me, I think this is a very useful format actually for your 1000 players. And some people are going to have a bit more positional awareness, and some people are going to have a bit more tactical awareness. For example, yeah, I won't try and pick out any particular places in the game. It was a bit of a free-for-all at the end, but you know, my favourite move, of course, I think it was rook e2, deflecting the queen away from the defence of the knight and winning that, which really turned the game. We will have a look at the analysis just quickly. Okay, so with 1000 players, accuracy mid-60s, 64. I think about 1050. 78? Wow. And 50, well, there you go. I look a knob. Yeah, I was saying 1050. I was saying just, you know, around your rating, but no, you know, it was good. No misses and no blunders. From saying this is true. This is true. And quite a long game as well. So yeah, I apologise, Zaifod, my friend. I don't know how to apologise in Norwegian, but I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments. Yeah, pretty good. One great move. Yeah, which was that. Yeah, I'm surprised that rook. I think it was rook e2 move wasn't as good, but was it this one? Okay. So from here, queen c3. Ah, oh gosh, wow. Okay, the queen could have just taken on there. It's defended. Oh my goodness, that was actually a mistake. I didn't spot that. Right? I'm not going to spot everything going through a whole game in half an hour, but yeah, I mean, you know, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying going through the games definitely more at this level, and it seems to me that the things that I'm able to help highlight, right? Yeah, I'm not going to see everything, right? But the things that I do spot, I hope are helpful. So please let me know in the comments if you want me to carry on doing this, if you like this format. So yeah, I think we just moved through those moves a little bit quick, but you know, this is screen blindness. You know, people do it, and this was the game losing blunder really for him. So where are we on the thing? Yeah, there we go. But this is the only point in the game where black was really better, and then after that he's just losing, just downright losing. So what move was that? That's move 18. Okay, move 18 for black, and I'll just flip back to the game. Move 18 for black. He took 36 seconds? Wow. Wow. But look, white took 3.3 seconds over this. There was Right, if I've got one general criticism, something that I picked up on a few times during this game, is the one-move threats. That there seemed to be one-move itis without a plan behind it. That's all I will say. But yeah, other than that, very enjoyable. And I'm going to keep doing this because I'm having fun. And I hope you enjoyed it too. And I will say thank you for watching. And I'll see you soon. Take care.